For any mother who has given birth, it is very uncomfortable when your breasts are full of milk. You don't have a place to express. Sometimes you have a dress that can show when it starts leaking out. It's very uncomfortable. And so the productivity goes down, and breast milk is very important. And it's good for mothers to know that there's already evidence-based approach that shows that the first 1,000 days are the most important in child's life. And therefore, it is also recommended that the first 6 months, there is exclusive breastfeeding. And this enables the growth and overall growth of a child. If I have an urgent matter going on and have my baby, provided they're not causing any disruption, it is important that might be one day, one time. If you have a small baby, you can walk in and the baby will not be seen as a stranger, but the mother will be comfortably sit, listen in, or even contribute to a motion. Mr. Speaker, I think it has also happened in UK, Spain, and Italy.
It is a gift to be a young mother and also to give birth to children, because there are many people who may not even have that opportunity. But as a nation, we need to take care of our young mothers, young families, because the society depends on families, and families are the institutions that God has created so that we can bring up children who can take care of our nation in the future. When we breastfeed our children, then we are able to take care of their health. Mother-infant relationship is enhanced, and the child is able to grow with a lot of confidence. And again, it serves as the first, the nature's first immunization.
Child, us, for the first 6 months, has managed to only live on mother's milk, Honorable Speaker. The immunity levels is really improved. The second one, Honorable Speaker, is that a child who has been breastfeeding for the first 6 months, Honorable Speaker, even the intelligence development, the levels of development of the mind, Honorable Speaker, the intellectual development also is assessed to be higher than those who are fed on these foods which are given and not the mother's milk.
Kenya, for coming the breastfeeding bill is a good way to support our sisters, our mothers, and also the wife, which we are living with them. Because sometimes when we come to corporate world, like especially we are traveling back home, public sector traveling is very hard when we are breastfeeding. So I know it will be some challenge, and there shall be economical burden which will come to the corporates, to the business people, but I support.
The Breastfeeding Mothers Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2024, second reading, resumption of debate.
Members, this bill that is, the debate on this bill is ongoing, so I would like to know whether there are members who wish to speak to this.
I think we've made our case, huh? Thank you. No, thank you.
The member for Busia, you want to speak on the breastfeeding bill? Okay. The Honorable Wako, you want to speak to the breastfeeding bill? Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to add my voice to this very important bill for introduction into National Assembly, the Breastfeeding Mothers Bill 2024. And also thank and congratulate Mheshimiwa Sabina Chege for coming up with this, which shows that she's concerned about the future of this country and also about the young mothers. Honorable Speaker, it is a gift to be a young mother and also to give birth to children, because there are many people who may not even have that opportunity. But as a nation, we need to take care of our young mothers, young families, because the society depends on families, and families are the institutions that God has created so that we can bring up children who can take care of our nation in the future. I support this because the principal object of this bill is to provide a legal framework on mothers who may wish to breastfeed their children at workplace. We know that in our country today, many young women are working class, and they do not have the luxury of staying at home, breastfeeding their children, and taking care of them. And by providing this, we'll have taken care of a great area in our nation whereby mother-child will come together, connect. As the mother works, then the child will also be given that special care. Honorable Speaker, when mothers breastfeed their children, we know very well that they bring up healthy children. The relationship between the mother and the child grows, and also even in the upbringing of the child, especially for them to be breastfed the first 6 months is quite important in nurturing and bringing up of that child, both physically, mentally, and also bonding between the mother and the child. And that is why, as a nation, if we are mindful about the future of our nation, we should all support this. Again, breastfeeding is the first preventive health measures that can be given to a child. And if we do that, then we have taken care of our children. As we know very well these days, even the food that we eat, the feeding that we do to our children is not healthy enough. But when we breastfeed our children, then we are able to take care of their health. Mother-infant relationship is enhanced, and the child is able to grow with a lot of confidence. And again, it serves as the first, the nature's first immunization. Honorable Speaker, that is one gift that we need to give to all our children so that our children can be able to fight any potential infection that may come around. And again, to boost their growth, the mother has to be there. They must be fed properly. And that is the only time the mother's joy can be increased, and also the child's confidence can also be increased. Again, Honorable Speaker, in Part 2, Clause 3 to 9, the bill provides for the fundamental principles and the rights at work for breastfeeding mothers, which is lacking now. And this will encourage and motivate young people, because in some areas in our country today, we do not have mothers, young mothers giving birth or getting pregnancy. And if we do this, this can be a very good incentive, because we can take care of them as a nation, and they will have the confidence of even carrying the pregnancy and bringing their children up in a good way. Honorable Speaker, with those few remarks, I support this, and it is my prayer that very, very soon this will be, the President can assent and can be used in our nation. Thank you.
The member for Kitui Central.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me also take this opportunity to support this progressive bill, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm not a medical doctor, but I've been listening a lot to debates on the benefits of breastfeeding. Honorable Speaker, the medical doctors do recommend that for the first 6 months after birth, a child should only rely on mother's milk. And that being the case, Honorable Speaker, a number of benefits are listed associated with that breastfeeding. One of them is improvement of the immunity of the child. That a child has, for the first 6 months, has managed to only live on mother's milk, Honorable Speaker, the immunity levels is really improved. The second one, Honorable Speaker, is that a child who has been breastfeeding for the first 6 months, Honorable Speaker, even the intelligence development, the levels of development of the mind, Honorable Speaker, the intellectual development also is assessed to be higher than those who are fed on these foods which are given and not the mother's milk. The other thing, Honorable Speaker, is that there is also a claim that, I don't know if there's a claim or is a scientific information, Honorable Speaker, that mothers who do breastfeeding for the first 6 months also reduce chances of having breast cancer, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, anytime I listen to this kind of talks, it encourages me, because I do realize that some of the young mothers will not really like to breastfeed their kids for the first 6 months because of the beauty-related issues, Honorable Speaker. So when I see a bill, Honorable Speaker, which proposes that we do provide facilities and the legal framework to ensure that our mothers breastfeed their children for the first 6 months and also the longest time possible, Honorable Speaker, this is a bill worth supporting, Honorable Speaker. So for me, Honorable Speaker, even though I'm not a medical doctor, I really want to support this bill and say that after the bill becomes an act of parliament, if possible, Honorable Speaker, we need to fast track it. And after becoming an act of parliament, we need to provide the conducive environment so that whatever is in this bill is implemented immediately, Honorable Speaker. I do support.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Kangundo, do you want to contribute, or you're contributing on this bill? Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving the opportunity to add my voice on breastfeeding bill. Honorable Speaker, breastfeeding is the best way to give the young-born hand bodies nutrition, and also gives a pathway of a young-born to come to the heart, the first way to start giving food. So this, everyone, give the right now or the start of every human being to be in the heart. So on the onset, I support the bill, but if you see in our country how the labor laws they are set, workers, they are only given 3 months to be left out of job. But the breastfeeding professionally is supposed to, whatever we get from the policies from the health sector, is supposed to be 2 years. So you see now, given the gap that there shall be the time when you are working as per the law, and there shall be the time which also you need to breastfeed. So for coming up with this bill for lactating mothers, it is a good opportunity to give corporate institution also to the government for privacy for our mothers and our sisters. So it is a good bill to support our mothers and sisters. Compare it internationally, Philippines, they have done the same. It's not something which Kenya is coming to be new about it. Philippines have done the lactating mothers private in terms of giving areas for breastfeeding. United Nations, some states, some governors, they have implemented through the states' federal laws. So in Kenya, if we are known in Africa for spearheading in terms of making bills and laws, in Kenya for coming the breastfeeding bill is a good way to support our sisters, our mothers, and also the wife, which we are living with them. Because sometimes when we come to corporate world, like especially we are traveling back home, public sector traveling is very hard when we are breastfeeding. So I know it will be some challenge, and there shall be economical burden which will come to the corporates, to the business people, but I support is a good idea. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
I don't see any further requests on this bill, so I would request the mover for the bill to reply. The member for Baringo, you wanted to contribute to this bill? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I also want to contribute to this very important bill. And I want to thank Honorable Sabina. As much as this bill has taken a lot of time and long time, we would be actually wishing that it should be assented in good time. And also, Mr. Speaker, this is the month for breastfeeding, and we want to celebrate young mothers who are breastfeeding. As I support this bill, Mr. Speaker, I also want to contribute to say that it is important for a baby, a young, as we have our children, to get enough time to bond, and breastfeeding is one of the best way to enable the child and the mother to bond all the time. And this is why this bill is important, because as we look at the challenges that comes during this generation, where we have many young mothers going to work, and they deprive their children of this very important nutritious meal of their breasts. It takes bold decisions like what Honorable Sabina have drafted through this bill to allow all of us as mothers and the fathers to bond by giving room in workplaces, specifically with all the articulated descriptions, And this is going to enable the society to grow well and children to have good health as they enjoy this bonding with their mothers. Mr. Speaker, I also want to say thank you, Sabina, for giving us this opportunity. As a mother, I want to look forward for a better environment for mothers who are working to bond with their children and their child also gets enough time with the mother. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sabina Chege. Chance to reply.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank honorable members for the great support they have shown towards this bill. And Honorable Speaker, it is such a coincidence that the World Breastfeeding Week is celebrated annually between August 1st to 7th. And so I am very grateful that we are able to conclude this bill on this day, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I want also to say that breast milk is very important. And it's good for mothers to know that there is already evidence-based approach that shows that the first 1,000 days are the most important in child's life. And therefore, it is also recommended that the first 6 months, there is exclusive breastfeeding. And this enables the growth and overall growth of a child. And so, Mr. Speaker, as I thank various organizations that came in, even at this house, we need to look at our room where it is. We lead from the front, Mr. Speaker. And I also, again, want to thank the Parliamentary Service Commission for the small step they started from that small room that is across the road. And if you have a mother who is here contributing to a bill, they might need to go out, breastfeed, and come back. We need allocation of a room within the Parliament main building, where a mother can just walk out and walk in. Might be, if you look at houses like Austria, both houses of representative and the Senate, they have actually allowed mothers who have small babies to actually even get into the chamber with a baby. Mr. Speaker, if I have an urgent matter going on and have my baby, provided they are not causing any disruption, it is important that maybe one day, one time, if you have a small baby, you can walk in and the baby will not be seen as a stranger, but the mother will be comfortably sit, listen in, or even contribute to a motion. Mr. Speaker, I think it has also happened in UK, Spain, and Italy. These are countries that we can benchmark with and be a first, maybe East African nation that can allow members of parliament to participate with their small and young ones. And not just for members, Mr. Speaker. I know we have a huge number of staff members here who are also equally young. And Mr. Speaker, I would also request the Parliamentary Service Commission to visit Safaricom. Safaricom have the latest, lactation room. They have gone to an extra mile of even providing support to the staff who have small children, such that they can come with their children, you can either come with your house girl, and they have a place they can stay. And this will only add to the productivity